Picture this, a teenage boy moving through New York City like a ghost. Teachers forget his name, security cameras just slide right past him. His name is Elias Kovács. He's 18 years old, and he's about to pull off something impossible. By the time most kids were worrying about prom and college applications, Elias had already learned the most dangerous skill of all, how to disappear without leaving the room. He lived above a laundromat in Queens. The constant hum of dryers became his soundtrack, the steady thump, 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 drowning out everything else. His mother used to bring home spreadsheets from the bank, pages and pages of numbers, columns that always added up, until the day they didn't. The bank folded her department. They mailed her severance in an envelope that felt lighter than it should have. That's when Elias learned something crucial. Weight is often an illusion. The city became his teacher. Glass office towers reflected him back smaller than he really was. Night trains carried faces that never looked up. He watched Wall Street traders move with confidence, the kind of confidence you can't buy. Or can you? Elias practiced in the mirror, shoulders squared, eyes steady, because he understood confidence is the most valuable credential of all. When his mother stopped asking how he paid for groceries, he knew they'd reached an understanding. Survival had become their shared silence, and silence can be very powerful. Now here's where it gets interesting. This wasn't some Hollywood heist. No ski masks, no gun, no dramatic countdown timer. This was patience. Between library tables and late-night walks across the Queensboro Bridge, Elias studied. He dove into public filings the way some guys study fantasy football. He learned, he watched, he waited. And he noticed something. Something the bank's own executives had missed. You see, when you're a multinational bank with offices in London, Frankfurt, and New York, different departments speak different languages. They trust different clocks. They move money like a tide, powerful, predictable, and blind to the pebbles beneath the surface. Elias decided to become a pebble with a calendar. He timed it perfectly, a week when New York slept and Zurich watched. He didn't hack the system. He didn't break the rules. He did something far more elegant. He borrowed the system's own rhythms, the routine reconciliations that assumed good faith because they always had. Think about that for a second. The bank's greatest defense, its massive scale, its impossible complexity, that was also its greatest blind spot. The night it happened, rain turned the city into streaks of light. Elias sat in a cafe near Canal Street, steam fogging the windows, the low murmur of strangers wrapping him in anonymity. He opened his laptop, and he watched. Balances update. Numbers that didn't feel real until they did. No alarms, no sirens, no SWAT teams bursting through doors. Just a door that had always been unlocked, finally being pushed open. For a few days, the world felt lighter. He sent money to his aunt in Toronto, paid rent in advance, bought groceries without counting every penny. He walked past those glass towers, and for the first time, he felt taller, as if the reflections had changed their minds about him. But here's the thing about systems. They don't forget. They recalibrate. In Frankfurt, a reconciliation flagged an echo that shouldn't have been there. In London, an analyst noticed a timing anomaly that felt wrong in his gut. In Zurich, they slowed the tide and watched the sediment settle. The investigators didn't chase Elias. They did something far more terrifying. They tightened the world around him. The bank became a weather system, pressure dropping, signals crossing oceans, silence filling with meaning. Elias on a night train, watching his reflection break across dark windows. Elias in a library, pages turning faster, faster, counting steps between exits, rain soaking his shoes. He slept less. He checked more. The city grew sharper, edges catching like broken glass. They found him, not with sirens, but with paperwork.
A morning that looked like every other morning. Sunlight caught in glass. A hand on a shoulder. Elias Kovács. A room that smelled like air conditioning and certainty. You know what's terrifying about power? It's not anger. It's not violence. It's gravity. The system revealed itself not as a villain, but as a force of nature. There was no one to hate, no dramatic confrontation, just procedures, unfolding with perfect calm. Afterward, the days slowed. The noise drained away. In a holding room, Elias felt the weight of numbers return, heavier now, heavier with meaning. He thought about his mother's spreadsheets and the way columns always added up. Eventually, he understood something then. The bank hadn't been beaten. It had simply taken a breath. The loss arrived quietly. The future he'd glimpsed receded, replaced by a narrower corridor of choices. Outside, the city continued. Trains running, rain falling. Glass reflecting smaller versions of larger lives. In the end, Elias Kovács learned what the system had always known. Balance is restored not by spectacle, but by time. And every ledger closes somewhere.